Happy Friday, y'all. We're back in the kitchen. This is going to be a lengthy video. Why is that? Because Mr. Buddy is going to join in. What we're going to do is share today and tomorrow, probably tomorrow morning, with what all we are working on. Right now, I've got laundry going, and I'm fixing to cook a couple of breakfast recipes. One's going to be a muffin. That's what we're going to work on now. I have some leftover rice from the other day. I will make rice pudding. We like rice pudding as a treat, but it's also going to be able to be heated up and have as our breakfast. So the first thing we got to do is our muffins, get them going. We've got an icing we're going to make, and then we're going to go outside and see what Mr. Buddy is working on. So get ready to spend quite a few hours condensed down to hopefully just 45 minutes. Preheat your oven to 350. We're making spice cake muffins. This is a simple recipe. 2 ingredients, well, 3 if you need to add a little milk. Easy peasy, and we absolutely love these for breakfast. In this bowl, I have put a can of pure pumpkin. You don't want the pumpkin mix, you just want the standard can of pure pureed pumpkin. To our pumpkin, we're gonna add 1 box of spice cake mix. Any brand will do. You can even use a carrot cake if you want to, but we like the spice cake mix. Now, I saw this recipe, probably 4 years ago. Y'all know if you look back at my In the Kitchen with Miss Lippy playlist, you'll find I make cake box cookies. I make all sorts of things. There's the oven. And so I don't get cake mix all over me, I'm just gonna lightly fold it in to try and moisten it some, because you do not have to use a mixer. I've got 1/4 cup whole milk. I'm gonna add about half. That won't go to waste because I can use that in our rice pudding. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Add a little at a time because you can't take away, you can always add. A little bit more. I've almost used the whole 1/4 cup. Now I'm gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. This is optional, but to me, it does make a difference. I use the whole 1/4 cup. I can tell this is perfect. So you see 1 can of pure pumpkin puree, 1 box spice cake mix. Oops, sorry guys. 1/4 cup milk, or a little less, and a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm just gonna fill my muffin tins up. Now you can use a paper liner, but I like the crust that you get if you'll just spray your muffin tins and bake them just like this. Y'all look at these. And what I did is I took the back of a spoon and I just kind of lifted up because I wanted to bake with these little indentions and points up. It looks very rustic, but when we add the icing, it will fall into all these little grooves and not just lay on top. In the oven, 350 degrees. I check them after 20 minutes, just till a toothpick comes clean. Here's our icing. Now, you can make your icing as thick, as thin as you want it. I really like it with this consistency. But it's 4 ounces of softened cream cheese. That's a 1/2 block. 1 cup of powdered sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla, and just a sprinkle of pumpkin pie spice. That's because that vanilla and that little bit of pumpkin pie spice kind of gives it a sheen of a tan instead of that spark white. Now I may, as it sits here, I may add a little bit more powdered sugar, because I did add a drop of water because it was too tight. So I may just add, I'm trying to see how it falls. I'm gonna keep it like that. That's gonna be perfect. The muffins are almost done. We got about 5 minutes, and since I'm cooking them on 350, I'm doing the rice pudding on 350. I wanna get the rice pudding ready to go in, and that way when I turn that oven off, it is off, because it's a hot day here in Louisiana. But let me go ahead and tell y'all, you can use individual ramekins, just butter them or spray them well. I'm opting for my 8x8 because we don't mind, it's just us. We don't mind scooping it out. But if we had company coming or the grandkids, I would use a ramekin, and therefore everyone has their own individual. Now I wouldn't go this big with the grandkids. This more my size. I would go with a smaller ramekin that I have. So it's really your choice. We can fancy it up. We can leave it just plain. But I feel like I want to fancy it up. What I'm trying to do is bring the fall in, like quickly, because it's a hot day today. So I'm going to drop you. We're going to get all of this mixed, and I am using leftover frozen rice. If you were to use fresh rice, I would say cook it the day before, cover it, and let it sit on the counter covered overnight. It does not do well using fresh cooked rice, in my opinion. And I've got approximately 3 cups, because I tried to measure it for you guys. So 3 cups of frozen rice that I pulled out early this morning, and I lightly nooked it. There's no chill on it, but it's not hot. So really you want it room temperature. And the ones out there that says, oh, I don't know about this, it's decadent. Trust me on this. I've never steered you wrong. I'm not gonna steer you wrong this time. Because remember, we're bringing in those fall flavors. Oh, you can see good. Here I've got 1 room temperature beaten egg. This is 1 can of sweetened condensed milk, not evaporated, sweetened condensed milk. And here is my 3 cups of room temperature rice. I am going to add just a little bit of this, about a half a can, because I want to get that well and incorporated in the beaten egg. But you see how it will loosen up in that egg, and that's what we want. We're gonna get our spices mixed in. I found that they do better if you mix it in with your egg and a little bit of that condensed milk. And this is just cinnamon. Measure with your heart, and that's about 1.5 teaspoons. I have some nutmeg here. This is where you can leave the nutmeg out if you choose, and just do cinnamon. This is where you can bring in your own flavors. Now I'm using whole nutmeg. It does not take much at all. I'm still struggling with that thumb, but we're gonna do it, right? We're gonna get this done. A little bit more. I really don't know what to tell you, because nutmeg's pungent, especially whole nutmeg. All right, I'm gonna get this blended really well. I've got a scant of salt. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna balance all this sweetness. We're gonna add 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now we've pulled our rice over, that's our 3 cups. You can add nuts. I'm gonna opt out of nuts today. And I'm looking about 3/4 of a cup. It really depends on how much raisins you want. You can mix golden or just traditional. I broke up some more raisins. They were kind of stuck. I love raisins, so you can see I added quite a bit. We're gonna get this mixed around. And I'm going to add the rest of the condensed milk to 1/2 stick melted butter. And since I already had a dirty pan melting the butter, I knew I would add the condensed milk to it. If not, you could just use a larger bowl and combine both liquids. But this is the steps that I take, and it seems to work out perfectly. Okay, we're gonna get this mixed well. Because remember, that's warm butter. So I have to be careful because I've got a raw egg in here, and I don't wanna cook my egg. Now I could add a little bit of this to that and temper it, but it won't be necessary because I didn't let my butter sit. I let my butter sit a good 10-15 minutes to get the heat off of it. Okay, now we're gonna combine the two together. Get these mixed up. And by doing it like that, we're ensuring that we're not gonna have a scrambled egg. No, my pan is fine. And we're just gonna add this to our rice. Now we're just gonna combine all of this goodness together. And we're just gonna add it to our baking dish. This is an 8 by 8. But like I said, you could use individual ramekins. We're gonna sprinkle raw sugar on top. I want to get it all around the edges. I hope it's picking up on camera. And you'll have to add as much sugar as you desire. But this sugar kind of caramelizes, and if I put a torch to it, we can make like a creme brulee topping, which is what I may do, just because this is for you guys. I got a sink full of dishes. In the oven, 350, 20 to 25 minutes, just till it'll kind of come up like a mousse, just till it's set. And you can tell by moving your pan, you want a little jiggle in the middle. If you don't have no jiggle, you've overcooked it. But you don't want it just sloshing. 20, 25 minutes, kind of like you would do a custard pie, because it's going to finish cooking as it sits and cools down. Remember, it's still got that heat in it. So as long as there's a slight little movement towards the center, you're good to go. The muffins are out the oven. I'm fixing to put them on a cooling tray because we're not ready to ice them. We need them pretty much cool. It took about 30 minutes, 27 to 28, so let's call it 30 minutes. It has set up, and y'all, this kitchen smells so good. We're gonna get our muffins iced. Look how pretty. And you see what I mean by these little crevices? I find keeping them rustic, that icing just kind of sets down in the individual wells, and we like that. Now, any icing I have left over, I will put in the ice box, and we will have them for some cinnamon rolls. And you can use whatever instrument. All 12 are done. Because they're completely cool, I'm gonna put the lid on, and I'm gonna set these on in the fridge, and it will set up that icing. I'm gonna choose my rice pudding to go with my afternoon coffee. But I gotta sample it, and then I'm gonna enjoy my little snack. I'm looking at Buddy. He's almost off the roof to where we can go out there and find out what he's doing. But I don't want 3rd-degree burns. But can y'all see this? I'm telling you, this is not like your standard rice pudding, what you may think. This is decadent. Friends, this is honestly my favorite sweet treat. I eat this for breakfast though, because I eat it cold. But you see, I didn't even take the time to put the torch on and put a little bit more sugar on top and torch it, which is what I would do in a single ramekin, especially if you were serving this, you know, to family, friends, hosting. If you didn't tell them what it was, because there's no way they can pick up on the rice the way it all kind of marries together. Some may could. They'd be like, this is like bread pudding, but different. So never throw your leftover rice away. Can you see this right here? Right there. That's that raw sugar I put on it. It gets crunchy. Mmm. Can you hear the crunch? Out of this world. Okay, I hope y'all can see this well. But here is the lean-to off of the two sheds that is connected. Eventually he'll remove the wall that connects the tin extension to the brown building that you're seeing, because it has a solid slab. But this is where we're going to house our generators, our fuel tanks, and the left side will give us storage. Okay, y'all, this is looking from the front of the building. That is that lean-to that he put on. And right now he is painting the brown building. He still has trim to put up. Where you see that white, all that fascia, it's rotted. He is coming back with cedar trim, just like we did the chicken coop. I think it's going to turn out really nice, but he's got a long ways to go. But this is the side view of what the lean-to is going to look like. Good morning, y'all. This is the next day. Saturday, early morning. So you saw we did rice pudding. We did, what was that? Spice muffins. I've slept. I've slept since then. But as you can see, we're working on the building. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert just some clips of what we've done so far this morning. And then I'm going to let Buddy take over and explain the exact of what we're doing. I'm just a helper, guys. I'm a painter, trimmer, picker, upper, coffee holder. Well, he don't drink coffee, but and plus we don't have mics. We're looking into getting some mics so we can talk to you guys as we work. But it's a little difficult us trying to talk way over there and you guys are over here where we're filming. But we're learning this, and so hopefully we can get some mics and y'all can just, you know, listen to us talk. We can talk to you guys as we work instead of having to stop and come to the camera. So I'm going to insert some clips leading up to where we're at now. And it's going to be a long day. Plus, I'm going to show you, or Mr. Buddy's going to show you the fan that you're about to see me stand in front of, lean on the wall. That's the best fan you could ever build for yourself. Yes, build. So enjoy the clip. I'm going to go put another coat of paint on, and then I'll meet you back here, or meet you over there in a few minutes. Well, y'all, Buddy just informed me he went to the back, you know, where we've been stacking and stacking. Yeah, he just got the last stack of trim. But we're going to see how far it goes. But, Bud, What you got to say for your talent?
I like it. I think it turned out looking a whole lot better than what I thought it was going to.
I hope I can bring the volume up some since we don't have.
Now I still got that silver tin. I got enough. I got to put latch across this, get all that junk off the roof, put latch across it, and I'm gonna put tin on top of this building too.
Yeah.
Them shingles there are so old, brittle till I can't believe they're not leaking, but
they're not leaking.
They're not leaking, but I want to get something on before they do. So we're down to on the front side. I got one board to put on this corner, one trim board. So
we working with what we can get, y'all.
Whatever you can get, the cheapest.
That's right.
This was free tin here.
Now that cord right there. What did you tell me you were doing with that cord?
That goes to your building, so that's temporary right now. It's wired into a plug in here.
Right,
in
but
your building.
it's not going to stay there though,
No.
right?
Well, for right now it is.
Yeah, but I mean,
I've got the stuff. Remember, we're supposed to start putting the pole in.
Yeah,
so.
I know. We're putting the pole in.
But
our neighbor gave us a nice pole.
Right now, it'll just go against the building.
Okay.
And run over out of the way. But we're about down to raking and cleaning this up. We got to put some stain on the door.
Which is what I'm fixing to do.
What she's fixing to do now. And then this side will be pretty much done. And then it's moved to, oh Lord.
Yeah.
The ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say this building right here actually connects to another building. Down the road, he's going to open that up. This is now going to be his wood shop down the road.
It's 14 wide. And then with the two buildings, you're talking 20 foot deep.
Yeah.
So once I go in here, I'm going to take the 2x6s and scab on the back, both sides, and then take that center wall out. And then you can walk, there'll be one big open building. Then I can come in and do some insulation, put some boards on it, clean it up.
Well, while you're taking a break, let's run them around and you explain the other side.
Okay.
Because what I said probably didn't make no sense, did it? So let's go to the other side. Okay, I know that y'all got some sun coming in, but it's the best way to angle. But before Buddy tells y'all, let me show you all the way across. There's a door that we've got to replace. But there's that back building where that white door is. Going all the way even further back, it's a green tin. And he's closed it in over here. Of course, I'm going to point you in my new generator area. All right, Bud, you can take it from here, what you're doing and what you have
Well, I
planned.
guess you done told them this is 12 deep, 21 wide.
No, I didn't notice. I don't think I
Okay, so it's
remember.
12 deep, 21 wide. And then we just put a lean-to on it. Remember we talked about that in the previous video that we had, at the time, I went down, we had a tarp strung up over the generator. So
Yeah.
I've got one generator sitting here back inside just in case while I was at work or whatever. The other one I got sitting out of the way. But this is, any of y'all that watch, you remember where the generator plug was. So that's where it is. It'll continue to be there. Then also we'll have, I'm running electric now, as you can see. I had all this stuff left from previous shop, Kentucky. I got a table full of it, just parts and pieces. So
We saved everything.
what I've got and what I got in tubs, I'm gonna put plug on this wall, 2 plugs back here and one on that wall, so you can actually have some outside plugs. Be able to charge battery, whatever you need.
And we saved these lights too.
Yeah,
these
those
shop
come off
lights.
the bar.
So we're gonna
There's
put
2
those
of
in
them,
here.
and then I'll put a couple more out here. But something, because I'm gonna tell you what, it's dark in here,
Very dark.
and you're gonna have to have some lights to see. But just to come in before I do anything else, I got to power wash this wall. I'm gonna come in here and paint it that tan too. But I'm not gonna roll it. I'm bringing the airless paint gun in here,
Oh, I can film that, okay.
and
What are you
we're
gonna
gonna
do,
let it
take
rip.
all that
I'll just take the electrical
Okay.
stuff off and then trim down that wall.
Okay.
But it's a whole lot easier to paint with it airless painter than it is trying to put that roll.
But now we will be having, guys, he's doing, what kind of pour is that?
I'm gonna do probably gonna do a dry pour. I'm gonna lay a 2x4 down. It'll be 1.5 inches thick.
Because we're not driving
And
on
then
it.
what I figured with this here, I'm gonna, once I get it all leveled out, put 1.5 inches, 2x4 round, pour it 1.5 inches thick. It'll be like 50 bags of concrete. So that's around $200, but you can't get nobody to come pour a slab for
Oh,
that.
no.
And I'm not gonna drive on it. We're just gonna roll a generator across it or walk on it or bring a lawnmower in, there's not gonna be anything heavier than that, so an 1.5 inch slab will do just fine.
And what he's doing is he's setting up the 2 generators so I can use it, and then we have a large fuel tank that has like a little nozzle like if you go to the gas pump.
It's a 30-gallon.
And he's setting it up so if I have to fuel, I'm not picking up gas cans, but he's got them all filled.
Well, that, and then you can also, like I said, you bring the lawnmower, you drive the lawnmower right up here at the end, bring the hose
and
out,
I can fill my lawnmower up.
It's easier for me just to keep cans, you know, keep it full.
And then this other side gives us storage for now till we get infrastructure, you know, done, because he's got a shop. Well, he's working on that. We stopped.
We're working on it.
We stopped at the cover. The wood shop, this, and then the lean-to out back, and then everything will be off the property. It'll be put where it's supposed to go, and that's what we're working towards, baby steps. It'll be 3 years, December 1st. We have come a long ways. We got a long ways to go, but we're doing this. I finally
feel like it's kind of moving a little bit, you know, the outside part.
Well, let's be honest.
It's
I noticed he went a year ago. He wasn't doing much. He was doing, but not in the speed or the energy. We didn't know nothing was going on.
Just getting older.
Until about April, when he's like, something just isn't right. 1st of May, y'all know the rest is history. So we saw the slowdown a year ago, and we just didn't really put our eyes to what was happening because he didn't have the symptoms, see? So we advise everybody, if your life all of a sudden changes,
go get checked.
Go get checked, because this could have led into a heart attack, and by the grace of God, we didn't have to face that.
If I hadn't have already had stents prior, I would have just ruled it off as being just older or whatever, and not worried about it, you know, heartburn, whatever. Because it really just felt more like heartburn than anything else. But I realized that I had a problem because of the previous problem.
Right.
So both times I was blessed not to have a heart attack, and which is a whole lot better. You come out of that a whole lot better than you do if you have a heart attack. So if you have any problems, any issues, go get checked immediately.
That's right. All right, so we're going to get back to work. I'm going to just keep setting the camera up. Y'all going to spend the day with us.
I don't know about you, but where I'm going to work is in front of my fan. I am not over in front of my fan right now, and it's hot.
Yeah, let me take y'all real quick. Buddy's got to show you his fan. I know y'all have seen it in the clip previously. Y'all see what he's doing?
This is the best fan made.
And he's got it on an old water hose.
This is a water hose garden
that our neighbor gave us years ago.
And strapped it to it. I can move it around where I want to. And I'm going to tell you what, that old air conditioned squirrel cage fan is the best fan for working. I mean, it'll put wind 50, 60 foot down there.
So if y'all see a central air unit that's been tossed on the side of the road, or if you have someone that does air conditioning repairs, ask them to save you the squirrel fan part. Because it makes the best fan, guys.
Down the road again, I'm working on my next broken heart. Now I climb the wall to goodbye again. Stepping out all over town, working on my next broken heart.
So we're painting it to look like the brown building in the front. y'all, it literally took less than 10 minutes. We have a yellow meated watermelon, and you can see I tasted it. It is so sweet. Now to cut it up and get it in the icebox.
You gotta watch now, make sure that thing ain't gonna go crooked. With your one hand coffee cup driving self. Yeah, it's trying.
I got it, I got it,
You got it?
I got it,
She got it.
I got it.
Come on out. I gotta get another motor for that. That's good right there. All right, drag that out of here. Easy. Easy, don't kill everybody. Get them out of the way. That's Big Mo's lawnmower there, but the battery's down because he left the switch on.
Okay, we're gonna walk around, show you what we've got accomplished. He's got one more side to paint, and I think you're stopping for the day.
Got 2 sides of paint, but I'm only doing one today. I gotta get some more paint.
Uh-oh.
Hope I have enough paint this side.
Boy, all our storage done went out is what he's saying. But I'm gonna turn you around and show you what all we've accomplished today, and it's a lot. Okay, we got the back side done. I'm sure you see a glare from the sun, but now that's behind us now. Okay, there's the top of the brown building. It's painted, and of course the fascia now will have cedar trim, but he was able to get that done. The front is done, but remember we still have the tin sitting to the side to do the roof. But doesn't it look so much better? And here's the inside of the other lean-to on the other side. He's cleaning it off. And again, this will also have concrete eventually. Oh, I didn't realize he got that painted up there. So we're gonna end the video. You got to spend Friday with us. Today, Saturday, what is it, like 3:30 Saturday afternoon?
Yeah, I think so. Somewhere around that.
Yeah, and we're wearing down. But
It's hot.
that yellow meated melon, so sweet. I've already got it cut up, sitting in the ice box. What is that? Oh, a locust shell. He scared me, y'all. What was I even talking? Oh, my watermelon.
Watermelon.
That's gonna be our sweet treat after our shower. But this is our oldest granddaughter's birthday, September 21st. And we're having a dinner for her tonight. So if you guys would like, you could wish Michaela a happy 17th birthday. I just cannot believe 17 years ago today, Buddy and I got to hold our first of 3 grandchildren. And what an honor that was, and what an honor it's going to be to celebrate each year with her, as long as the good Lord keeps us here to celebrate. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and thanks again for spending half the weekend with Buddy and I. But as always, stay safe,
God bless.
stay well, and God bless.